about it. I'm not worried about any of this. There's worse shit on the local news.
48 minutes of dogs barking. 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 Growl. Growl. 48 minutes of dogs barking. 48 minutes of dogs barking.
Well.
Yeah, we bombed Iran.
What a weekend, yeah.
Barry Weiss is going to control all of media. It's like finding out that the worst boss you had at Papa John's when you're 18 became DM, and you're like, well, nothing's going to happen from that.
Fuck.
So my boss that used to change the expiration dates on the chicken, so the store would get a kickback from corporate for not having high spoilage.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think that person is going to lead you guys into the 21st century? Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, it's 48 minutes of dogs barking. My name's Jason.
The
That's
world's
Bryan.
most likable lesbian since Rosie O'Donnell.
Oops, all Barry Weisses.
Oops, all Barry. This sucks. I don't want it. Take it back to the store.
Yeah, what are we about to have? Like Netflix, CNN, Skydance, Paramount? That's the whole deal, right? Oh no, Netflix backed out, so it's
Paramount, which so it's all under
Ellison?
Larry Ellison.
Ellison, yeah, okay.
Open corporate for Ellison.
Yeah, Jesus, the grimiest man alive.
Just a guy that leaves a slug trail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, with the fucking Vince McMahon goatee.
Is Larry Ellison the guy that was behind that really short-lived subscription service where it was all video?
Quibi. Quick Bites. Oh, that was Katzenberg.
Oh, another great human being. Another really good dude that everyone likes.
With our good friend Meg Whitman. So now you can find all the Quibi shows on Roku TV.
What was there? The thing with the arm?
The thing with the arm.
There was like one that was about like some woman that had like a robot arm. It seemed really fucking stupid. It just...
Well, the Quibi show I remember most was this one here, Dummy. It was Anna Kendrick.
I just remember there was a show about a woman that like lived like a very stereotypical suburban life, but she had like a fucking sci-fi arm. It was very stupid.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, R.I.P. to the Gunaside guy too. He also did not get to see the death of the Ayatollah.
That's true.
Maybe he shouldn't have jacked off in the Bikini Barista line.
Yeah.
You know what? The thing is, he must have tipped terribly.
For someone to rat him out? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I'm just saying, like, yeah. It's just having worked in entertainment industry and been friends with like bartenders and like working in hospitality and all that. And, like, people will put up with a lot of bullshit if you tip well.
That's
They'll
fair.
look the other way. So that guy must have not even been like, okay, dude, you're jerking off in front of me, you're gooning, and you're not even tipping.
Right, because at least the people who worked with Louis C.K. were making at least 20%.
Because that really changes, I suppose, for some people, the difference between sexual assault and a free show.
Exactly. See, that's the,
There's got to be a little quid pro quo.
Listen, if you're going to do that, gross, but a little money wouldn't hurt, is all I'm saying. A great anniversary is upon us, Bryan. Just yesterday, 51 years old, happy birthday, GamesmasterAnthony, whose infamous post about, it's my birthday today, I'm 33, that only means one thing, bring it in, guys. Every character for every game, comic, cartoon, TV show, movie, and book reality come in with everything for a huge party. 18 years since that post went live.
Oh, what a simpler time.
GamesmasterAnthony, 51 years old today. All right, well, happy birthday, GamesmasterAnthony. I hate talking about this stuff, but this was actually very, very funny. Androgenic. This is one of the jester gooning idiots. They're all over this thing. Clavicular is one of them. Is a 24-year-old content creator. Well, they pulled this from a live stream. It was...
I mean, they're literally like talking about something like what kind of hot sauce like makes you come thicker ropes, and just some guy walks up. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, this guy This is at Autism Capital, by the way, on Twitter posting this. Breaking, Androgenic has his hat stolen by a stranger, revealing his clapped bald hairline and exposing him as a, all caps, fraud maxer. The hair was a lie. He was wearing a wig, at all caps, generational or a loss. No recovery possible, bald mogged. And here's the 12-second clip.
What is the actual name? So like your pick on whatever.
Whoa! Bro, what? No!
And the classic tough guy move of grabbing the other guy and just going, what? It's all stupid. This guy's an Australian influencer, live on Kick all the time, and all his videos are just like mogging in Soy or mogging in Brisbane, right? It's just stupid. It's incredibly stupid. But for some reason, getting your literal wig snatched, to me, is probably the best outcome of any of these things. I don't know.
I just remember watching it on Twitter and being like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. It's funny that a guy like that goes to the gym, does all this shit, it's peacocking, all that. You know how many times I get told I have beautiful hair? Guess what? I look like shit. I look like shit every time I like go to a new barber. There's like, got really nice hair. I'm like, I know, what a waste. And like, there's a couple times they've laughed. Like, I know, man. Like on this and this whole deal. Like, yeah,
I don't know about that. I always envy your hair.
I mean, it's good hair. Like, you should have my hair.
I was gonna say, I wish.
Except the Xi Jinping ass shit you got going on.
It's a fucking toque. I have a toque, okay?
It's like Marx is about to ask you for money. What's up, rich boy?
Exactly.
I need some money. Need some money for the weekend.
Exactly. 19th century Prussia, I would be killing it.
Everyone would be like, what kind of factory do you own, sir?
That's right. Exactly. But no, I'm stuck in doing the computer toucher job.
Well, I created something called a solenoid.
You ever heard one of them? That's right, motherfucker.
That's right. It's one of those new doohickeys. It's gonna make the steam engine look like child safe free. It's going to free us from the chattel slavery that is the steam engine.
But yeah, I don't know. Seeing a 24-year-old with like, all this looks maxing shit. Just he has a hairline like me. It's like, all right, cool. Feels better.
I'm gonna say something. Every person I knew that went bald like super young, fucking just leaned in.
Yeah.
Like, I have a friend in high school who started going bald at like 19. And so he decided he was just going like, you know what? Start shaving my head.
Sure.
Go start working out.
Yep.
And then he grew like an old-timey handlebar mustache.
Oh, so it looks like the strongman.
He looks like a strongman. Such a fucking look.
Strongman maxing. That's the new thing.
Yeah, so he like leaned in and like, I just know people like family, friends and stuff. They're like, he started going bald at 20, so he just shaved his head and became a hat guy, and no one really knew.
Yeah.
What like the little derby cap.
Oh yes, those are great.
Yeah, those are bald maxing.
Yes, that is absolutely bald maxing
for maximum mogging.
I'm taxi cab driver maxing. I'm because it does. It's either the Peaky Blinders look or it's the guy who looks like he drives the black cab in London, or he's golfing all the time. He's caddy maxing, which is the new sequel to Caddyshack that I heard is coming out. It's called Caddy Maxing. I got nothing. All right, well, this next story.
Guess what, everyone? We're all getting sponsored. Right? It's just a bunch of guys breaking their jaws with hammers and shit.
The hell's up with them? Yeah, you get Chevy Chase in there to just show up. No explanation.
I would love to force Chevy Chase in front of the exhaust of a jet engine before it takes off to bomb Tehran.
You and me both. But
you know what? And if we can't get Kevin Nealon, is this a guy everyone thinks is Chevy Chase?
Oh yeah, you get the wrong guy.
Listen, we flew him. We black bagged him.
Right.
We flew him all the way here. We told him he was doing the USO show. Let's just blow his shit smooth straight off and go back to clogging the toilet.
Well, Daily Dot gives us this story. The headline, Hero Walking Among Us, Boomers Melt Down After Man Uses AI to Send 70% Lowball Offers to Tampa Homes. Rebecca Lieb reporting here. The original post at Daniel Goth Hits. I have OpenClaw sending lowball offers on Zillow all day just to make boomers start panicking. And he includes a screenshot, Zillow update, instructions, contact Zillow listings in Tampa, Florida for 3 to 5 bedroom houses that have been on the market longer than 30 days. Listings contacted today, 372. Average offer 70% below asking. Positive responses 0. Negative responses 270. One response was violent, but I have reported it to the Tampa Bay Police Department.
Hell yeah.
So yes, he claims that he has OpenClaw doing this. And a lot of people, of course, are cheering him on. Of course, I will say using AI for this is bullshit. Do it by hand, you coward. But at the same time, some of the quotes here, bro running a one-man housing market destabilization engine. Okay, somebody on Reddit saying you're doing God's work. The only thing that can stop a bad guy with ChatGPT is a good guy with ChatGPT, says comedian Samantha Ruddy. But yeah, boomers getting a taste of their own medicine, always nice. We always like to see it. Here's one. The boomers have been lowballing millennials for years. This is just the reverse Uno card with better automation, one user on Twitter said. And one Redditor wrote, quote, I'm going to start lowballing people for homes as well. Maybe we'll afford a house one day. Even that was grim. It's a grim laugh, everybody.
Yeah. As this boat slowly sinks, gotta find the laughs somewhere. You gotta laugh, Max.
Well, one last bit of humor for you today in our What's Hot Classic. Hackaday.com gives us this. Bryan Cockfield writing. Love the name. Taser Chess teaches valuable lessons the hard way. So, a user, everything is hacked, created a chessboard using painful electric shocks to teach himself to avoid making blunders while playing chess. This positive punishment system uses a medical device called a transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, or TENS, to deliver an electric shock to the skin. The electrical jolt is routed through a custom-built conductive chessboard where each square is isolated from the others and controlled by its own relay. The pieces are conductive as well, so if one is placed on a square where it shouldn't go, a relay will switch on and quickly provide behavioral modification. And so, yes, it took him over a year to get it into working condition.
They've been doing this in China for decades.
That is why they have 1,300 IQs, and they're really doing it. But yes, here's the video, 12 minutes long. But here, I'm going to show it to you in practice. See, after they've rebuilt it twice, by the way.
But hundreds of dollars later, I'd vowed to win $5 off a chess hustler, and if there was one thing I'd gotten really good at, it was definitely not chess. It was rebuilding this damn board. But when I'd finally rewired everything and got to use it for some games, half the time the TENS just wouldn't deliver a shock at all anymore.
I feel something, but it's really low.
He didn't actually win any matches, even after all that. So
I mean, it's still great. What a fun little experiment.
I do also want to give a shout out to this guy, Everything is Hacked, because he did make the fish tank that is on wheels.
Oh, hell yeah.
If you've not seen this.
I've seen bits in this. Yeah, this is great.
And so the fish tank will actually drive a little tank. It's all powered by Raspberry Pis. He did get kicked out of the grocery store for bringing it in. A brilliant man. I really wish him all the best. It's a pro follow, by the way, if you are not following Everything is Hacked already. I did recommend that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You know, it feels like playing chess with a taser on. Crypto scams of the week.
You're listening to 48 Minutes of Dogs Barking, the podcast.
And now it's time for the Crypto Scam of the Week.
I know this tactic has happened before. In the halcyon days of crypto in 2022 and 21, this was a common thing where people would Google a token, an exchange, and clicking the first thing, instead of getting the actual page for the token that they were looking to go to, like their website or whatever, they would get the scam website, which was bought under a Google ad. So yeah, I'm familiar with this. I'm amazed it still works. We've all bowed down, I think, to the wallet inspector and and the many forms that he may take.
At scale, even. Yes, this comes to us from MEXC. The headline, Trader loses 6 figures in one click to Google Ads scam. A DeFi trader operating under the handle at IKA_XBT on Twitter lost an entire mid-six-figure portfolio in a single transaction. One click, gone. The drain link traced back to an operator known as Angel Furno. A fake Uniswap ad ran on Google. The trader clicked it, signed a transaction, and lost everything in seconds. Quote, 6 figures gone. A drain link by the infamous Angel Furno, the trader wrote on Twitter. 2 Ledger hardware wallets, 2 years of discipline wiped out in one move. The portfolio had survived the bear market. It had survived multiple market collapses, but it did not survive a malicious Google ad. On-chain analyst Zach XBT called for accountability on the executive level at Google. Google executives should face criminal liability, he argued, for the volume of theft these ads have made possible. Multi-9-figure losses tied directly to Google Ads phishing scams, he said. Not a rounding error. And yeah, the mechanics are familiar. We've seen this before. Someone buys a Google ad slot for searches like Uniswap, DeFi Swap, etc. Their fake site sits on top of the real ones. User connects their wallet, drain script empties it, bing, bang, boom. This is not new. But the fact that it keeps fucking happening, and the fact that this one was 6 figgies.
Yeah, holy shit. But yeah, this has been a problem for years. And not just for crypto, for a lot of things, but crypto seems to be, we're getting all the noise.
I mean, it's probably the largest volume.
Absolutely.
In single transactions, I should say. Because, yeah, I'm sure we talked about pig butchering before. The amounts aren't necessarily high by themselves, but total, it adds up. Well, this was, just all at once. Now, he does not seem to be repentant at all about this, by the way. Quote, getting drained isn't bad luck. It's the final consequence of a long chain of bad decisions. So he's copping to it, which is good. The loss was not purely financial, he noted. It represented years of foregone career paths and opportunity costs that could not be measured in dollars alone. Well, that feels a little self-serving, don't you think? It's a little much.
Those were the friends I made along the way.
Well, yeah, exactly. He made this post, and the header is a Sisyphus pushing a Bitcoin-shaped rock up a hill. Woo!
At least he didn't say getting drained is a choice.
Getting drained is a choice. That's what I say every weekend. But, oh boy. What did it teach me, he said? Get the fucking money. History is written by the winners, and in this world, the winners are the ones who have money. I've been looking down on paid posts for years, tried to take actions based on morality, holding some bags longer because I didn't want to dump on friends. But morality doesn't buy you a house, and nobody will remember you anyway, so better keep the house and have a nice sink to wash your hands. All right. Crypto won't save you. Crypto is a land of opportunity among a sea of dead bodies. When you're stressed, you trade worse. When you're losing, you chase harder. When you're impatient, you cut corners on security. I mean, he's definitely learned something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only he learned not to pay for Twitter.
If only. 6 fucking figures for clicking the wrong link. Couldn't be me.
Yeah. First of all, I don't have 6 figures.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
It's like that guy that says he has the world's smallest penis. And he's taking all competitors and like, well, you know what? Like, there's really it's a win-win situation to challenge this guy. Because if you win, you got the smallest dick in the world. And if you lose, well, hey, you don't have the smallest dick in the world.
Okay, so no matter what, you win.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
it just it just depends on how you're going to focus your pride.
Okay.
It's a real, I ain't saying it's going to make your dick grow an inch, but I ain't saying it ain't either kind of deal, I suppose. We keep going back to dicks here, but that's the only way I know how to explain this concept. It's through dicks.
Right.
I'm a simple man. I grew up near hazardous waste.
Right. Right. So, I mean, Well, speaking of hazardous waste, that brings us to our main topic tonight. Bryan, you brought this to my recollection because I was like, oh, yeah, these guys, if you're not familiar at all, you've probably seen their work. They call themselves Fatal Farm. Here is their official about page, by the way, fatalfarm.com, still around. They're still doing work. Fatal Farm is a medical devices company formed after its founders, Zachary Johnson and Jeffrey Max, secured a portfolio of patents related to build process of polycarbonate heart valves in a forced estate sale. This transaction is under challenge by the inventor's children, but Fatal Farm is confident the court will uphold the legality of the acquisition. While awaiting the repeal of this meritless injunction, Zachary and Jeffrey spend their free time directing pre-roll ads in multiple aspect ratios to accommodate toilet-bound viewing audiences. You can avoid the majority of their work by clicking the Skip Ad button, which becomes selectable a few seconds into the runtime of their spots. If you prefer not to see their work at all, install the AdBlock Plus extension and subscribe to streaming services at a premium ad-free tier. If you encountered an unskippable ad of theirs, open a new tab in your browser to visit another site while it plays. Right-click the tab with the ad and select Mute Site from the pop-up context menu. That is the entirety of their About page. What they really are is a couple of guys who do ads. Very bizarre, very weird stuff. They've been around since at least 2007. They've done a number of commercials. This here, according to the Avid, the Audiovisual Identity Database Wiki, which calls them a freelance directing collective. They have directed many commercials, it says, most notably some of the Terry Crews Old Spice commercials, if you're familiar with those. Really? Comedy skits from the like of Tim and Eric and Key and Peele. They did several episodes of Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job.
Really?
And their best known creation, of course, Lasagna Cat. That is the web series that reenacts Garfield comics in live action. Now, the Great Unwinnable magazine in 2018 did a piece called Lasagna Cat and the Internet We Lost. Unwinnable appears in Unwinnable Monthly number 98. But it does give a nice intro to them. Before the internet deteriorated into a lethally destructive force making democracy impossible, it was a playground for sharing stupid jokes and dumb videos, usually about cats. In this primitive era of 1 decade ago, YouTube was young and emerging as an exciting and amazingly reliable frontier for people to stream the same clip to countless others without having to host it themselves and get hit with a colossal ISP bill. There were no YouTube stars or people supporting themselves with ad revenue. In 2008, the platform's big news was you could upload in 480p. The point of sharing was to share. Even so, YouTube was capable of generating breakout hitmakers, and one of the first was Fatal Farm, an early web video production duo that share an aesthetic Tim and Eric Tim Heidecker, Eric Wareheim, are credited with making popular, disturbing high-concept videos, trucking in as much satire as needless effort on production values. And yes, January 2008.
Lasagna Cat was not the first Fatal Farm thing I came across, but Lasagna Cat was one I think really has the staying power of everything they've done. The cat brush.
Yes. I'm using the cat brush is an excellent one. Let's see here. Live Free Couch Hard. From those Totino's pizza rolls, where the furniture begins talking.
Oh, they did Pawn the Floor? That makes sense somehow.
Eric Wareheim directing, but they did the visual effects for it, and it is the Pawn de Floor video. If you've never seen it, it is delightfully weird. No one is actually in a real space. It's all these 3D CG backgrounds.
Man, remember when daggering got really popular as like a meme?
Yeah, Jesus. Or
breaking your dick off.
Yeah.
Not even busting.
No. Yeah, that same time the Harlem Shake was a thing, and the DJ Snake video for Turn Down for What, or all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're most
I'm doing the Harlem Shake at Iran. It's free. I'm bringing freedom to Iran. I'm doing the Harlem Shake. I'm sure. I'm like, have you guys heard of Tyler the Creator?
Right. You're playing people in Iran, the fake leaked version of Don't Tap the Glass.
Yeah. It's just really like kind of like a dry run before I go to Sentinel Island.
Yeah, pretty much.
I always think it's funny, like people go to like Sentinel Island, like try to convert them to Christianity. And it's like, you're not.
Right. This isn't happening.
What you need to do is you need to show up with like malt liquor, something like pizza rolls, and Viagra.
Okay.
And because I feel like part of the thing is you're not giving them a good value proposition.
No.
going to Sentinel Island and telling them this is what they call a fleshlight.
Yeah.
It feels just like the real thing. It's crazy. And you can just wash it out here in the river.
Yeah.
Make sure to do it downstream for where you gather your water so you don't get cummy water.
Of course, yes.
But yeah, anyways, this is how you guys pack a bowl. Damn. You guys even have taxes here? Don't worry. Don't ask.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
It's cool, man. Anyways, I'm just gonna take my pig leg here, and thanks for not killing me unlike that Rockefeller kid.
Exactly. Well, Fatal Farm also about 19 years ago, in 2007, then had a series of alternate intros to sitcoms. So they did the alternate Doogie Howser, which I think, if I remember correctly, is extremely fun to see. All normal until there appears to be a second person in every photo with Doogie. This confused-looking adult. Every person, every intro, very much in the Too Many Cooks vein, where it's like a person added to a credit sequence where they're like freezing on the guy's name, and then it's like, but behind him is one of the Fatal Farm guys turning to the camera. He's about to stab Mitchell Anderson. Just weird entries like that. The Night Court intro, I think they did something similar. Let me see.
I feel like we're really beating around the bush here, because I feel like most of us, if it wasn't for Lasagna Cat, most of us being people that listen to this podcast, God help you, probably would be the DuckTales.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this was taken offline, so I didn't immediately see it. But you're right. That is the DuckTales intro with people in Huey, Dewey, and Louie costumes.
And the Beagle Boys. And I showed this to my girlfriend today, and she was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whereas the Beagle Boys are creeping on...
on Daisy?
Oh, no. Danny's going by Teen Boy Duck 69.
And his logo is a flying V.
Jesus.
Webbigail, sorry.
Webbigail, yeah. There's a reason they probably took this offline, because he's chloroforming Webbigail into a white van and doing porno.
It's making CSAM.
Yeah. And the feds are busting the Beagle Boys. Yeah. Rescuing. Jesus.
The Beagle Boy trying to blow his brains out.
God
I don't know
damn
why
it.
that shot always gets me.
She returns home to Uncle Scrooge, but I think he also paid them. Oh, God. Disney's Sinner, by the way. There's a reason that was taken offline. Yes. Oh, God. I had forgotten all about that. But yes, you're right. The CSAM DuckTales. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Their longest running thing was Lasagna Cat, 2008. They did, what was it, like a dozen of these.
So, I don't know if you're going to touch on this, but I was trying to explain to my girlfriend. I was like, okay, so there was the original run that was like almost 20 years ago. And then they did like a second season, as it were, like 8 or so years ago.
Yeah.
But there was also a YouTube page that was discovered. I want to say this was like during the pandemic, that had Lasagna Cat videos that had just never been viewed, but they were on a different account that was like never promoted. And it was like this whole entire thing. There's also a series of videos from like, I forget the fucking name of the account, but it's Odie like being like Star Wars kid, but he's doing like Hadouken special effects.
Oh, no. Originally, the series was only meant to be 100 episodes long, but plans changed as the crew realized that making live-action recreations of the strips wouldn't be substantial enough. It was decided to have the reenactments alongside a music video variant of them, of which, out of the 80 episodes shot, 27 were finished and released. And for the second batch, they were shot shortly after the first, but production on them went through development hell. 22 were shot, 12 ended up releasing, as Fatal Farm couldn't come up with something satisfying for the rest. And so there are apparently a number of them unreleased, including this one where it looks like Odie standing in front of a nuclear explosion with a trombone.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with Lasagna Cat, let me give you the brief breakdown. It is, as we mentioned, they're reenacting Garfield strips. So it starts with the date that the strip originally ran, and then it's going to show you the reenactment with people in Garfield and Odie costumes, and some guy, I think it's one of the main guys, dressed up like John. So here's the one from August 18th, 1978.
I think I'll put that dog's lights out.
the rim shot, the canned laughter, and then they show you the original comic. But then, for reasons unknown, this one in particular, the Final Fantasy VI medley. So then it's a Final Fantasy VI battle sequence with Garfield as the player character, as well as Lasagna as the player character, attacking Odie and John. John, of course, hits Garfield with the Monday's attack, which takes him out. Lasagna
casts Merton and this defeats John Arbuncle and Odie.
Yep, and then told one hilarious joke, found 4 licensing deals. Davis has joined your party, and there's the pixelated face of Jim Davis. And now you're on the menu, the FF6 menu of Garfield's neighborhood. He goes to Davis for the skills menu, and it is giving you the error sound.
Yes.
No skills.
And there's kind of a thread throughout all of these that is kind of dunking on Davis.
Very much so.
I feel like there's a few that are kind of reverential as like, thank you for creating this shit that we can use for our surrealism.
Yeah.
But most of them are basically like, you kind of sold out your artistic soul if you ever had one, and this is part of your punishment.
Yeah.
Is that we're going to subvert your beloved cash cow characters and make them write Garfield on their chest in fake blood and Minutes to Head Like a Hole by Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah. Well, that one's my favorite one. I'm using the hairbrush. But the other one that really gets me is the title of the video is simply October 26, 2007.
I'm a haunted hamburger.
Oh no. I ordered French fries with my haunted hamburger.
It's an animutation. They're doing, and it is the MIDI version of Cheeseburger in Paradise by Jimmy Buffett. Really bad GIFs, really shitty Web 1.0 design, graffiti is there, orange soda flying across the screen, peace signs, broken images, the poster for Godzilla 1998, and say hi to Kevin Costner, and then the Microsoft Encarta logo as well. Cut It Out, with Dave Coulier misidentified as Bob Saget. And then, of course, Colomini, big fan. Animutations always featured Colomini for whatever reason. Truly bizarre. But yes, Brian, the one you're talking about is I'm Using the Cat Brush. That is another personal favorite. April 8th, 1998 is the comic in question.
Oh no! I'm using the cat brush!
Gee, I don't yell when I use his toothbrush.
Ooh-wee. Garfield with the dyed black hair and a spike collar. John also with goth wear. Nine Inch Nails kind of iconic video editing that was done at the time period. They're kind of imitating the Closer video with some of the shakiness and the grain. But then there's a shirtless John having written in lipstick or blood on his chest Garfield, screaming at the camera, the cat brush spinning in the air. He's also written cat brush on his chest in either lipstick or blood. And then there's the frowny face Jim Davis with black eye makeup and dark hair. Yes, Lasagna Cat. Huge hit.
Fucking amazing. And didn't they also make the RoboCop, the fake RoboCop reboot, or was a serious reboot that got a cease and desist, but they did publish a scene where it says RoboCop shooting guys in the dick over and over? Is that them?
The crowdsourced RoboCop remake project, which was called Our RoboCop. Yeah, Our RoboCop is a crowdsourced thing, kind of like when they redid Shrek or the things. It was a number of filmmakers, 55 in all, I believe, got together and did scene-for-scene moments from RoboCop. Organized through Channel 101, Dan Harmon's little experiment there. 50 filmmakers from Los Angeles and New York split the original RoboCop up into individual pieces and, just did scene after scene after scene. Well, the one done by Fatal Farm did run afoul of the good people over at Vimeo. Yeah, here is the scene 27 that Fatal Farm has up. It is 3 minutes and 42 seconds. And yes, it is the scene early on in RoboCop. Alex Murphy has become Robert Cop, and he is going and solving a bunch of crimes by shooting people, because, that's what cops do. In this one, this is the guys dragging the woman away, and they're going to sexually assault her. They're cutting her hair, and RoboCop shows up just in the nick of time and shoots the one. And as it does in the original film, the guy is on the ground in agony because RoboCop has just shot his dick off. But then, Fatal Farms scene continues with yet another attempt. And in this one, he has his actual dick out, and RoboCop obliterates his dick and balls in a horrifyingly graphic fashion. And yet another group arrives. Again, an attempted assault. Also with his dick fully out, RoboCop, again, perforating the man's dick.
It's so fucking
over
good.
and over and over and over and over. This was like 3 minutes worth of dicks fully out getting obliterated by RoboCop. Dick after dick getting exploded. God.
I haven't watched that in like a decade.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
Yeah.
And it's it's a thing of being reverential to the source material, but also just amping up the absurdity.
Just 211. Yeah, because they include the original audio from the film, from the actual movie.
Yeah.
Peter Weller's line about, you've suffered an emotional, the whole bit. They include all of that for authenticity. The music is right. They even include some of the original footage.
Yeah.
So it's really well done, but it's also just like, holy Jesus Christ.
The part where he has the gun like inches away from a dick and he just blows off a 3-round shot.
But yeah, the RoboCop remake, apparently they got him in trouble with Vimeo because Vimeo told them they needed to pay $10,000 a year to keep their account online or Vimeo would ban them.
Yeah, Vimeo is fucking sketchy, man. Like if you're like, because Vimeo is supposed to be like, well, man, if you're using our platforms, you're trying to get work, man. So like, this isn't like, you're not trying to like, do stuff. Do you want to fucking go over to YouTube or something or fucking X Hamster or something for your dumb shit? No, if you're like a real fucking serious artist, you're gonna pay $10,000 to be on this thing. Oh, you got popular. Well, that's great. Hopefully you can turn some of that into like some fucking work so you can fucking pay us because we gave you all this goddamn bandwidth. Anyways, I'm going to go watch a new Tarantino thing, which is just taking 2 movies and putting them together. If when I come back, if I don't have the $10,000, I'm good. I'm just going to take down your peach.
Anytime Tim Heidecker and Greg Turkington would do an On Cinema Live thing, they would try to use Vimeo's platform as their way of kind of like live streaming the Oscar special.
Yeah.
And what happened there was every time it would happen, Vimeo's servers would shit the bed and they'd have to find an alternate solution mid-broadcast. It happened year after year after year. And so, yeah, they're constantly having problems with independent creators. But yes, you mentioned before that Lasagna Cat did come back, and it did. 9 years later, 2017, it came back for more. 12 more, with 12 more episodes. They did 2 of the best things they've ever done long form. First piece, 9 years ago, July 27th, 1978 is the name of the video. And it is an hour long. It presents the original comic, and it's John reading the newspaper. He reaches his hand down, looking for something. Where could my pipe be? And there is Garfield smoking the pipe. What follows is an hour of detailed analysis of the comic strip from a guy saying that this comic changed who he was. And it goes on for a very long time.
Now where could my pipe be? Garfield?
"18 years old. I saw for the first time in my life, I saw a vision of clarity. I saw a comic strip, a 3-panel comic strip that, though simple as it seemed, changed me, changed my being, changed who I am, made me who I am."
Like a Scientology video. like it's starting to explain the nature of the universe. Drawing comparisons to ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. It's Jesus. Okay, yeah, it's very long.
It's fucking
very pretentious. It
very drawn out.
Descartes and it's
Hegelian dialectics.
Oh, it goes in the whole bit.
Have you seen the Bukkake one?
Yes, February 26th, 2003. In place of the rim shot, that one has a nice little piano motif instead. Yes, that's great. But then, yes, it is with a prince's song Cream in the background, by the way. It is people coming up to John, and they're blurring out the shampoo bottles to make it even worse. He's got the bowl in front of him. Jesus Christ.
So it actually blows it in his mouth.
But then they do the gong. There's a Japanese flag, and here comes Garfield dressed as a geisha, throwing furniture polish at him. Yeah. In perfect Japanese, this is the best one, he says. And in traditional bukkake fashion, they all clap at the end. The credit sequence is Odie mopping up afterwards.
And the fucking mop bucket has... It's so good.
It's Jim Davis's face on it, yeah. The real end of this was brilliant. Around the same time they dropped the rest of these videos, they do a 1:42 video, which includes a 1-800 number for you to call. And the video goes like this.
It's an answering machine. What do I say? What do I do?
State your name and the number of sexual partners you've had.
John Arbuckle, 2. Why do you need to know this?
Don't ask questions. It's just a survey. There isn't much time. Silence is the language of cowards. Dial the number for Garfield.
Wait, so this webisode mashup series that hasn't posted videos in nearly a decade suddenly has a 1-800 number and needs the names and sexual histories of random people from the internet? Why?
Because I hate Mondays.
The idea was you call this toll-free number and the web series will return. And they warn you, don't exaggerate your number of sexual partners, by the way. What resulted is a 4-hour and 40-minute video called Sex Survey Results. And it is the voicemails from that 1-800 number played over footage of people answering the door. So here's a brief sample of that very long video. Hey, John comes in, he sits down, he's reading the paper, and then, oh yeah, each one of the headlines, by the way, is telephone scam charged with gross privacy violation. That person's answer becomes the last panel of a Garfield comic. The next character then answers the door over and over and over, cycling through John, Garfield, Odie. Now, of course, Odie doesn't talk, so he goes, "Rah-rah-rah-rah-roo." For 4 hours, this continued.
Who's there?
Hey, my name's Garrett Smith.
Garrett Smith, who?
Hey, my name's Garrett Smith, and I have had exactly 0 sex partners.
Who's there?
Jaden Gitchell.
Jaden Gitchell who?
It's Jaden Gitchell, and I've had 3 sexual partners. Gideon Jones. Gideon Jones. Just 1.
Until breaking the format. This is going on all day, by the way. And so as this is going on, the street lights are on now. It's now nighttime. And it ends with one last submission. John answers the door, and then it turns into a horror film as John stares at himself and laughs. And what follows is a bizarre Lynchian nightmare where the quote-unquote real John Arbuckle, now aged appropriately, sees an orange cat in the window of the house he just knocked at, played over clips of Jim Davis explaining his art. It's a very disquieting piece of art. Have you seen the end of this?
Maybe. I'm interested.
John sees a taxidermied orange cat, grotesquely taxidermied, by the way. He then winds up in the American Southwest. The haunting music, the disembodied Jim Davis quotes. John Arbuckle sees some sort of mystical shaman
with his dick out,
but also who is painted like the orange cat, body paint. Of course, the birds are circling. This aged John Arbuckle, painfully long slow motion sequence of the shaman running to John before disappearing, and then reappearing behind him, and then disappearing. his clothes left behind, and rotting flesh/worms in his place. The dick out Garfield shaman then picks up the worms in his hands before cutting to a young woman in a bathroom stall giving graphic birth into a toilet. In Japanese, she says, "The child is not mine. The child is from darkness. I have given birth to humanity's curse. I can ask for mercy, which I won't receive. My soul will be swallowed and vomited and swallowed again forever." Sick joke, but no one is laughing. My blood will remain. Death isn't the end. I am in hell. This is hell. She then leaves the bathroom, abandoning this baby. The slow pan to the orange cat sitting on the bloody toilet seat over the deceased baby in the toilet. As Jim Davis says, "I don't know that anyone knows what's funny." And then orange screen. And the end.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, folks.
God, geez, kids, can you lighten up?
No, I know. But yes, Fatal Farm, really interesting folks. Zach Johnson and Jeffrey Max spoke with Unwinnable, talking about, the question was asked, what would have been the best case scenario 9 years ago on YouTube when Lasagna Cat premiered? All the ambition, Zach Johnson says, is on Vimeo now. That's a slam on YouTube. Laughs. It's been really good to us. It seems like everything that works on YouTube is community. It's what they want. I think more early on, YouTube was an interesting video artists play place where you found influential Adult Swim and original content creators. Now it's just vloggers. Unwinnable asks, what assumptions do people make about you because you have popular YouTube videos? Jeffrey Max responding, I don't know what people assume. I think amongst some of our peers, because we took 9 years to put these out, we've gained the reputation of being stubborn and very exacting in what they want, unwilling to compromise. Our friends think we're crazy. Zach Johnson continues, there's an expectation that we are a contributing member of the YouTube community rather than essentially a YouTube hit-and-run terrorist, which is more of what we are. David Walensky writing there for Unwinnable. Definitely a piece worth reading. Leslie Moore writing for Pop Shifter, also in response to these. Who are your inspirations, right? Who are the primary filmmakers, comedians, and bands that you consider yourself fans of? Do any of them inspire you? Fatal Farm as a unit answered these questions. So, Fatal Farm, we consume a lot of media. We've recently been introduced to a lot of British stuff, sketch shows and faux reality shows by Peter Serafinkowicz and Chris Morris. American TV-wise, Tim and Eric and the PFFR guys. PFFR, for those not in the know, are responsible for Wonder Shows and Xavier Renegade Angel, a number of shows. More than anything, though, we find ourselves watching Japanese game shows and regional restaurant commercials on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Truly good stuff. And yeah, also one of the series they referenced was Infinite Solutions. Are you familiar with this one?
A little bit, yeah.
So that one, Infinite Solutions, was a YouTube channel that made parodies of how-to videos, and was hosted by Zach Johnson as Mark P. Erickson. This according to the YouTube fandom page. So a video called How to Sign Up for Google TV Beta was one of their first ones for this series. Based on the web at that time, it seemed like it, it's plausible. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yes.
Wait, was Google TV a real thing?
Google TV was based on Google Video. A lot of bootleg MS3Ks via Google Video for sure. Now you can get Google TV these days on any smart screen. So, but at the time it was kind of like, well, so yes, it was a thing, but it wasn't the thing that they said it was. It was basically
Because what he's describing in that video kind of sounds like Netflix.
Kind of, yes. Before Netflix was really that big a deal, yeah. But they've gone on to do some really amazing work. They did some of the best work on Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave. They did the VFX for the Corncob TV. Coffin Flop. Yeah. If you've not seen it, it's brilliant.
They're saying Coffin Flop's not a show. It's just hours and hours of footage of real people falling out of coffins at funerals. There's no explanation, just body after body busting out of shit wood and hitting pavement. They're saying it's impossible that many dead bodies are falling out of coffins every day. And it's impossible that 1 out of every 5 of them are nude. I don't know what to tell you, bud. We're just shooting funerals and showing the ones where the bodies fly out. Jeez, they're saying no way. You must have rigged something. I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't rig shit.
Yes, that. And then a late season 2 edition, which is the Detective Crashmore, where it's Santa playing a detective in a thriller. Now, this is based on a real thing that happened. Billy Bob Thornton was doing a press tour for his band, and they mentioned his acting career, and he went off on the interviewer.
I remember this, yeah.
Yeah, so it's based on that. Kudos to them. Kudos to Fatal Farm.
It's so fucking weird.
For continuing to do the work there. Fatal Farm has done so much good shit. I'm so glad they're still doing stuff. To me, it's so fun. They're good people.
Yeah,
I guess.
Very funny.
They get it.
From RoboCop to Lasagna Cat, folks, they've done it all. The Terry Crews making your pits not smell bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there in a good Christian way.
Exactly right. Definitely go fatalfarm.com. Check out some of their other stuff. And, of course, the Lasagna Cat channel, still around. 43 videos, some of which multiple millions in the views. The sex survey results listing 3.1 million views for a 4-hour video.
I wonder if the CPI is on that.
I don't know. Yeah, you have to wonder. Some great guys. Really had a lot of fun with that one. Thank you for suggesting it.
You know what? After last week's torture session, I was like, I'm going to do something fun.
Yeah, that one was just for me.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm. And that's all right. Sometimes I get one for me, and that's all right. Well, speaking of one for me, it's time to tell us where to find you online.
If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me at iShotGuydBoard, ISHOTGUYDBORD over on Twitter and Blue Sky. If you want to check me out on Instagram, I'm there, a music photographer. If you want to check out my well curated portfolio of people with their mouths open, you can head on over to assholemusicphotography.com. And I got a little Substack that I ain't doing shit with, but it is there. amusicphotographer.substack.com. What am I going to say? If you want to check out the last and only good media website left in screwy St. Louis, take your favorite browser, if it's Netscape or Opera, and you just point that motherfucker over to www.theartsstl.com. Jason.
Yes, sir.
Where can they tell you they're using the cat brush?
Oh, boy. You can do that in a number of places, most of which is going to be Blue Sky, Letterboxd, and a bunch of other places as Videocrime, VIDEOCRIME. You can find me as part of a podcast that's not this one. It's called Submitted for the Approval of the Midnight Pals. There I play the fictionalized version of horror icon Stephen King. Midnight-pals.simplecast.com, or search anywhere podcasts are sold for Midnight Pals. You can reach this show in a number of ways. My personal favorite is the telephone, 314-246-9766. Leave us a voicemail, shoot us a text, either way. You can also reach us via email, jason@4, 8, minutesofdogsbarking.com, or Bryan with a Y @4, 8, minutesofdogsbarking.com. Kick them nasty thoughts, whatever it is you want to tell us about the show. If you like it, if you hate it, please let us know. A good friend over on Ed Zitron's There's Your Ed at Discord, Onion Enjoyer, says, quote, I just want to thank you for posting your pod here. It has become one of my favorite currently running pods, so thank you, Onion Person. We really enjoy doing this every week for you.
Yes, thank you for the very kind words. So what we're doing, we're all for all the marbles.
Exactly. And we also got the coveted retweet from Cow Tools Daily, who enjoyed our talking about them finding what page of the Far Side collection Sting was reading last week. So that was nice.
Thank you.
As well. Well, that about does it for the show.
Yeah.
We thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On the friendliest casting couch on the internet. So where are you from? That's nice.
Oh, yeah, really? Okay. You ever done any modeling before?
You ever done any modeling? So yeah, we're just really trying to. This is just kind of an informal talk, so you can do some more work down. You know any good websites? All right, now I'm going to fuck you in the ass.
Don't forget, you can support the show, patreon.com/48minutesofdogs. Yeah, speaking of fucking the ass, don't forget about the Patreon. There, we're going to have our Thanks I Hate It. That's our post-show hangout, but we also do things like the best of the shock.jpg. We ran that segment into the ground for 150-something episodes.
We had shattered in our asses. We got tired of picking the blood out.
And so what we're doing now is we are collecting the shock.jpg from those episodes and presenting them in hour-long chunks called the shock.jpg best of. So there's that. And we also do the punishment tier, the $10 level. You would get yourself an exclusive piece of audio that only you can enjoy. So do that thing. Patreon.com/48minutesofdogs. Well, namaste. Good luck. Give mommy a good gut fucking. 25th Amendment now. No war in Iran. And also,
I'm using the cap brush.
I am indeed using the cap brush.
Huzzah.